guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys remember from my last video, I dyed my hair like a dark brown and I said I hated it. Well, not hated it. It was just, that's a bit dramatic. It was just too dark. So I mentioned I wanted to get some dimension to it by adding maybe some like highlights or something. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I wouldn't say necessarily like highlights, but I want to add some face framing pieces around my face, and everything that I am using will be linked in the description box below. I am using Creme Bleach. I don't know if you guys really pay attention to the thing. Again, it will be in the description box, but I'm using Creme Bleach. I feel like it is less harsh than the powder. It doesn't smell like the powder, like super strong or anything like that. It's really smooth. It doesn't burn your scalp either. And I'm using a 20 volume developer because I'm not going for a blonde at all. I'm just kind of going for either a caramel color or just like a little bit of a light brown color, if that kind of makes sense to you guys. I just don't want to go bleach blonde, so I'm not going to process it for very long. And as you guys can see, I'm starting with the front, just like kind of like my bangs area. And I'm doing this with some foil, and I'm just going to saturate the hair on the foil. I feel like the foil is going to help it just keep that heat in there and really help it develop quicker, and which my hair shouldn't take too long to develop anyway, because as you guys can see, I have bleached my hair plenty of times, so it does lighten pretty quickly because of that, because it has been previously bleached. But I'm just sectioning it just to make sure I don't miss any spots, and I'm trying to make it look a little more like, not just like too, I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like it's just when you weave it this way, it's not like right on top. It's more like in, like under the hair. Like, I don't know how to explain it, you guys. But I just feel like it looks a little bit better than just applying just bleach on the two front pieces. I want it to look a little bit more blended, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm taking like pieces like this, and I'm gonna try this method and see if it works. I'm used to just bleaching all of my hair, so me using foils, it does take quite a little bit to get used to. But it is, I think once you get the hang of it, it is much easier, even if you're bleaching your whole head, to do it this way, because you're not missing spots, and I think it's just easier to apply, right, when you saturate the bleach. So because we all know if you miss some spots, it'll just look like patchy, and that's what you don't want with bleach. And it doesn't foam or anything, it doesn't saturate as much as like hair dye, so it's a little bit harder to use. But so anyway, I just cut up these foil pieces, by the way, just using regular foil. It's not foils from like Sally's or anything like that, which you can buy them pre-cut or you can just cut them yourself. I just grabbed some from my kitchen. So I am also using a pencil to weave through the hair. If you guys haven't noticed, it's because I cannot find my rat tail comb anywhere since we moved, and I did not feel like going to buy one. I just figured this would work. I will have to buy one eventually, because this one I feel like it weaves it really thick, but I mean, it works, right? So if you guys get bleach on your hair like this, just make sure you get some water and wipe it off, and you should be fine. It's as long as you wipe it immediately. Don't let it like sit there and actually start working. Also, I do apologize in advance if you guys hear any rustling around here. I have my son sitting on my lap. He just woke up from his nap and he wants to be on me. So if you guys hear like noise, it's him. And as you guys can see, I did struggle a couple times trying to weave the hair. Working with foils is not easy. It takes time and it takes a lot of patience. So don't feel discouraged if you're like trying to do the foils and it just doesn't work, or you can't do it. Just keep practicing and you'll get it. I mean, we see the hairdressers, or like even some videos of girls doing it, and they just weave the hair so fast and they use the foils like it's super easy. And it honestly just takes practice. Like, even for me that I bleach my hair all the time, I don't use foils, so it's hard for me to use them as well. So just take your time, guys. Also, right after I finished the side ones, I went ahead and checked on the ones that I did first on my bangs, because It does take time when you're doing them. So by the time you're done processing like all of it, you have to go back to the first ones you did since they've been processing for longer. And all I was doing was making sure that the hair was fully saturated with the bleach. So I'm kind of just like massaging it and making sure that it's all coated so that I don't miss any spots. And then I'll just cover it with foil back again, just to keep letting it process. And then as you guys can see, I didn't put it right on the root at the beginning because I didn't want those to turn, get like the hot roots. So, and I don't want to do it all the way to the root. So I just kind of put the bleach up as high as I want to after I put the foil back on. And then I just put a little timer. I believe I left it for the full amount for about 15-20 minutes. I wasn't going for the super like bleach blonde or just platinum or just like a nice blonde. I was going for the caramel color or light brown. So when I was checking it, I was just trying to make sure that it was evenly coated. But if you guys are going for that blonde, like the pretty blonde or just any blonde in general, you do want it to get to like a yellow color. You don't want it to be orange still. Sometimes like if it's like your first time bleaching it, you get freaked out right when you see it start to lighten so quickly. But honestly, if it's not to that yellow color that you want, then it's just kind of not ready. If your hair is super, super dark, it can take you more than once bleaching it to get it there. So don't leave it longer than like 40 minutes waiting for it to turn blonde the first time. Like it's might not happen and you're just damaging your hair. Just give it a couple of days or even couple weeks and then do it again. So once I took the foils out, I noticed that some of it was turning, lighter than what I wanted. So I just went ahead and washed it off. But I'm just trying to show you guys. There's some spots where it looks a little bit darker, and it's probably just the hair that I had weaved out to begin with. But yeah, so does look orange, which is fine for me because again, we're not going for the blonde. And I went ahead and washed it off. I didn't shampoo. All I did was wash off the bleach, and I'm gonna apply the Color Charm color on my wet hair, and you can apply it on your wet hair. It works fine. And I'm not using a lot. I'm just using a little bit because it's just gonna go on that area that you guys saw. And I'm not using developer. I'm using the Color Charm activator. And again, everything will be linked in the description box, but I kind of wanted to show you guys what the Color Charm activator looks like. It just looks like developer, but they sell it at Sally's. They sell it on Amazon. And just mixing those two, and it is a 7A. The A usually tends to cancel like those orange colors for like a more ashy look. But I feel like I didn't leave it on for as long as I should have. So I ended up leaving it for about 15 minutes. I think next time I'll make sure to leave it for about 30. So just FYI, if you're doing the same process, just leave it on longer than I did. I just figured that because when you apply it, it looks dark. So I just assumed that it was done at 15 minutes, and I feel like it wasn't. So yeah, but again, this is why I do these videos. I do it so that you guys can see kind of like the mistakes that I make. I learn from my mistakes. That is why I feel like pretty confident whenever I'm doing my hair. Like certain things, like I'm like I can fix this if this doesn't turn out right, or I can't fix this, things like that. So yeah, I love experimenting with my hair, so you guys will keep seeing hair videos most likely. But yeah, this is after I applied it all over my hair, and you guys can see like it looks a little darker, right? It looks like it's done. At least to me it did. So yeah, this is what it ended up looking like. As you guys can see, it looks like orangey, right? It looks kind of orangey, but once I see it like this is just like I think my lighting in my restroom is really yellow. So I feel like sometimes it can look a little bit orange, sometimes it looks a little brown. It's fine with me. I just feel like I need to add more. So I am going to add more foils. I'm probably going to do that this week just because I was letting my hair kind of rest. It's not damaged at all. The way that we did it, like all I did was I applied some Olaplex after whenever I showered, and it was perfectly fine. It's super smooth, like I can run my fingers through it perfectly fine. And it is, the lighter pieces that I wanted in my face, but I am going to add more foils, so stay tuned for that. And this is just a picture of how it looks straight and how it looks curly, but I will see you guys on the next one.